There comes a moment, maybe it's this very one, when the silence is so loud it drowns out every cheer you've ever heard. When the noise in your head, the doubt, the fear, the echo of not enough, screams louder than the world ever applauded you. And in that moment, your dreams don't feel like destinations anymore. They feel like stars, beautiful, unreachable, and drifting further away. You look around, wondering if you were ever meant to rise, if this world was ever going to make room for someone like you. But hear me. That moment, that trembling, aching, humbling moment, is sacred because it strips away everything you were told to be. And in its raw stillness, you are standing closer to the truth than you've ever been, not the truth you were given, not the one shaped by fear, by small thinking, by broken mirrors handed to you by broken people, but the truth that was always inside of you, buried, ignored, but never erased. You were not born to question your worth. You were born to know it, to embody it, to walk with it. Doubt is not natural. It's inherited, it's programmed, it's learned. But belief is your birthright. And reclaiming it, that is the work of a warrior. Look through history. Every titan, every trailblazer, every soul who shook the world, they had one thing in common. They believed long before the world caught up. Edison, 10,000 failures, not 5, not 500, 10,000. And when the world mocked him, he didn't blink, because he wasn't building for the world as it was. He was building for the world as it could be. That's the power of belief. It creates bridges over doubt. It builds cathedrals in deserts. It turns visions into monuments. But here's the truth they won't tell you. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not just doubting your future. You're handing it over to chance, to noise, to nothingness. Belief is not a soft thing. It's not a wish. It's not a motivational quote. It's a sword. And you either pick it up or you live under the blade of someone who did. You don't need permission. You need conviction. And conviction is forged in the dark, in the quiet, when no one is watching, when there's no applause, no audience, no safety net, only you. And that whisper in your soul that keeps saying, there is more in you. And that whisper, that's the voice you've been silencing to make others comfortable, to fit into spaces you were never meant to shrink for, but not anymore. Belief is not a reward. It's not gifted. It's built brick by brick, in resistance, in failure, in every setback that didn't kill you but came close. And in those ashes you rise, not polished, not perfect, but real. You rise because belief doesn't erase pain, it transforms it. Your pain becomes the altar where belief is rebuilt. Your past becomes the soil where your future is planted, and your soul, your tired, uncelebrated, underestimated soul, finally remembers why it came here. Because this life is not about surviving doubt. It's about overriding it, rewriting the script you were handed. And you don't do that by waiting. You do it by moving, by showing up, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Because belief is not a feeling, it's a discipline. You speak it before you see it. You act on it before there's evidence. You move like your dream is already real, because that is how you make it real. And no, the world may not believe in you, that's okay. They didn't believe in Ford either, they laughed, called the car a fantasy. They didn't believe in Carnegie, he was a broke immigrant. They didn't believe in Disney, said he lacked imagination. They didn't believe in Lincoln, he lost over and over and over again. But each of them, every single one, chose belief. They chose to believe when it was dark, when it was lonely, when no one else clapped, and because they believed, the world changed. So who are you to say you can't? You are made of the same fire, the same energy, the same divine code. The difference? They stopped waiting for belief to arrive. They started living like it was already theirs. And now it's your turn. This is not about ego. It's not about proving something to others. It's about alignment, aligning your thoughts with your power, aligning your actions with your truth, aligning your habits with your destiny. Because let's be honest, you already know what needs to change. You already feel what needs to go. You already hear the call. You've just been ignoring it. But now it's time. Time to realign, to cut the noise, to tighten the focus, to eliminate the distractions and reclaim the flame. Because belief is not born in chaos, it is born in order, mental order, emotional order, spiritual order. And no, that doesn't mean perfection. It means direction. It means clarity so sharp that nothing can confuse your mission. Not fear, not failure. Not their opinions, because you weren't born to follow. You were born to lead. First yourself, then everything around you. And leadership begins in silence. It begins when you sit with your truth until the fog lifts, until the excuses burn away, until your identity stops shaking in the face of uncertainty. And then you rise. You rise like someone who's tired of waiting, like someone who finally understands that belief is the oxygen of progress, that without it, you suffocate in self-doubt. But with it, you breathe with purpose. You walk into every room with presence. You speak with authority. You act with alignment. You execute without apology. That's what separates dreamers from doers. The dreamers wait for belief. The doers build it. And every action you take is either feeding your belief or starving it. So ask yourself, are you moving like the person you claim you want to be? Are your habits in alignment with your vision? Or are you still watering weeds and wondering why the flowers won't grow? If you want to rise, you must raise your standards. Not someday, today. This isn't about being fearless, it's about acting anyway. Fear will always be there. But when belief walks in the room, fear sits down, because fear only wins when your belief is silent. So speak it, declare it, not with arrogance, but with unshakable truth. Say it out loud, I believe. I'm building, I'm becoming. And then build like no one's coming, because no one is. You are your own cavalry, your own champion, your own validation. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards those who move, who act, who persist, who decide over and over to carry the torch when everyone else drops it. Let your actions speak so loudly that the world can't help but listen. Let your discipline become the echo that silences every doubt. Let your movement become your message. Because belief is not an idea, it is a way of life. And if you live it, if you breathe it, if you show up with it day after day after day, then you'll wake up one day, look in the mirror, and realize you didn't just believe, you became the proof.